China had a good 2009. It marked not only its 60th anniversary as the People's Republic, but managed to avoid a recession that engulfed most of the rest of the world. While America's economy hit rock bottom, China's birthday celebrations came as it kept its economic engine growing at a steady 8% clip. And as economic performance improved month after month, the country seemed to build up confidence. The sort of confidence that made China finally sense a more equitable relationship with the United States.
As you know, I'm committed to pursuing a genuinely cooperative and comprehensive relationship with China.
In the beginning, that looked like it meant not mentioning human rights and avoiding meeting the Dalai Lama when the religious leader made a visit to Washington, D.C. Critics called the US approach meek and misguided. Supporters called it pragmatic. But by the time President Obama made his visit to China in November, many began to wonder whether this policy was actually working. It was a trip tightly controlled by the Chinese hosts. And in the opinion of many, a failure. Witness the town hall-style discussion, where most of the Chinese students here, it later turned out, were from the Communist Youth League. Or a so-called press conference with Chinese President Hu Jintao, in which no reporters were allowed to ask any questions. By the end of the year, Obama's patience, it seemed, had run out. When China sentenced a prominent human rights dissident to jail, the US took the highly unusual step of sending a diplomat to the courthouse, where he talked to the cameras.
The United States government is deeply concerned by the sentence of 11 years in prison announced today in the case of prominent Chinese democracy activist Liu Xiaobo under the charge of inciting subversion of state power.
When Google announced cyber attacks from China might mean its pull-out from the country altogether, Secretary of State Clinton issued a demand. We have been briefed by Google on these allegations, which raise very serious concerns and questions. We look to the Chinese government for an explanation. The shifting tones, signaling tougher times ahead for the two world powers. Gerald, Al Jazeera.